Today is Friday, and yeah. Hey, afternoon, girlfriend Yvonne D'Angelo. It is Friday, right? Yes, it is. Happy Friday to you. Oh man, so glad that you guys could join us for another very special social stream live, as you can see, and as you saw as we were promoting this, who we're going to be talking to and who is on the screen, the beautiful, the one, the only Miss India Shawn. Hey, girl,
Hey girl, hey.
how are you?
Uh, I'm overwhelmed. I'm so happy.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a good overwhelm, right?
Oh, it's the best kind. There's so much love. It's like my birthday and Christmas all rolled into one. It's
Yeah. All
amazing.
right, so Miss India Shawn is singer songwriter. She's got that song out called Exchange. Let me, before we start, I have to first say congratulations because I did see that you are a part of the 2022 member class from the Recording Academy.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
I am.
this is they're saying like music's bold new generation. So congratulations on that, number one.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm happy to
Wow.
finally be able to cast a vote, especially now that my music is, being submitted for
Yeah.
consideration. So yes, good timing.
That's cool. All right, so you got this song out, Exchange, and like I said, I didn't know. First of all, let me just say because I've got a podcast out called "Take a Deep Breath" with Yvonne Daniels, and so as I was going through your Instagram, I was like, oh. So she likes the whole yoga thing. This is how she's staying snatched. Homegirl is snatched. Okay, so
I
you got
work hard for it. I do.
you got all the vibes. I mean, you have people joining your class and just, I mean, all kinds of stuff. So, whew, all right. And so the song is Exchange. So, when I was listening, I was like, I'm feeling this. And then I got to catch the Exchange Open Verse Challenge. I was like, oh, this is what we're doing. This
Yes,
is what we're
yes.
doing. Okay.
People getting creative, coming up with their own verses, freestyling. I mean, that's the biggest compliment to see people get inspired on something that was based on my life.
Yes. That is so cool. I mean, that you open yourself up, you're so vulnerable like that and have people join and be a part of it. It was just, and then I started really listening to the words and I was like, okay, this is what we're doing. Okay. And then I saw someone, I think somebody said that they actually got pregnant off that song. I was like, okay, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing.
I think they said the song got them pregnant, which was funny.
Right, right. Oh, yeah, right. They got pregnant. Yeah. So I was like, okay, so we're playing, of course, it's called Exchange. All right. So you go when you hear this, you're gonna really be listening, like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing. This is the beautiful India Shawn once again. And India, you're not new to this. All right. You're like true to this. You've toured with some folks, Anderson Pack,
Yes,
some stuff
yes.
with Kanye West. So just tell us a little bit about the journey to what's gotten you to here.
Yeah, I mean, it has not been a straight line at all. I've been recording music since I was 15, 16 years old, but I also have been a wedding singer, I've been a preschool teacher, I finished my degree at Georgia State University. Like I've done so much. But it wasn't until I came back to LA that I was able to start singing background for people like Anderson Paak, Daniel Caesar, the internet, of course, Kanye West's choir, and that was all incredible. I was just taking notes the entire time. I'm like, okay, this is how you do it. This is how you run a show. This is how you do an interview. So it's just amazing that I get to apply all of that knowledge and experience to my own journey at this point.
So, when you were doing this, when you were, traveling and touring with these phenomenal people, was that something that you had your sights set on, that you wanted to be a singer, that you wanted to be a performer, or were you just, taking notes, just taking it all in?
Yeah, I mean, I never lost sight of my ultimate goal, which was to, be an artist and create my own music. And I always was, but and I actually at that point I didn't necessarily want to sing background, but I'm like, who's gonna say no to going traveling the world with Anderson Paak? Who's gonna say no to doing Coachella with Kanye and this choir of phenomenal singers, So
Mm,
those were just opportunities that I could not pass up.
right. Wow. So also I'm seeing too that so you call yourself the voice for women who are not going to settle, all right? Okay, who know their worth, which seems to be a real big problem nowadays, with social media and stuff. People just it's really hard, it seems, especially for women to know their own worth. They're so busy comparing themselves. So man, I would say too, you're a voice for the women, but for all the men who want
Mm.
high quality
Okay.
women, all right? You want a woman because you really, man, you want a woman that's not going to settle you. That's really what you want. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So your music speaks to that, right?
Yeah, I think people sometimes look down on singleness and look at single women like, oh, you ain't been wifed up yet, something's wrong with you. But I think that it really speaks to the fact that I'm going to take care of myself and be okay with being alone. There's nothing wrong with that. I enjoy myself. And when the right person comes along and I meet my match, my equal, then that's when I'll be in a relationship. And I think more people need to open themselves up to having that experience.
For sure. All right, so we're talking about exchange, which is a part of your new project, right? Before we go deeper. All right.
Yes.
So and this is actually stemmed from your EP. So it was the EP first, it was the EP before we go deeper. Now you've turned it into a full project, right?
Yeah. So the EP was before we go, and then the extended is before we go deeper.
Okay.
So yeah, I feel like the singles and the initial releases from the EP, they feel fun. It's just a different tone. And then I feel like the songs that people hadn't heard yet, that's like the depth of it all. It's, really getting down to the good, the bad, the ugly, just looking at myself in a very introspective way in my experience. So songs like Same Floor, Caught in the Middle, they're just extremely vulnerable. And so I wanted to save that for last.
So what are people going to get? I mean, how is this going to help folks when they hear your music?
I mean, so far the review, no. Yeah, I think that it is a refreshing take on R&B and on relationships. Again, I have these stories about relationships that I've been in, but ultimately those relationships have all led me back to myself and to loving myself. So I hope people get that message.
Right. Okay. For sure. We definitely need a lot of that, a lot of just loving the world. And it all starts with people knowing and loving themselves.
Oh, yes.
Can't love anybody else unless you love you, right?
That is the root of it all. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I have to say, and I do hope, I have not seen the list of all the songs, but is Moving On with Anderson .Paak, is that on there?
It's on there.
I love Moving On.
Had to keep that one on there.
Yeah, for sure. So let me ask you too, who were some of the folks that you looked up to growing up musically? Some people that you really are like, that you kind of like idolize, if you want to use that word.
Yeah, I think early on for me, like my first two huge influences were Babyface and Mariah Carey.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, just the songwriting and then, of course, Mariah's voice. As I got older, discovering artists like Lauryn Hill, Faith Evans, Brandy. I always really loved singers with like smoky tones.
Yeah, okay.
I guess that's why I kind of came into that voice, but yeah, India Ari, there's so many, but yeah, just the women with like those voices and then like writing from a very vulnerable point of view.
Yeah. So when you go through that process, because I mean, to be vulnerable like that, I mean, what's kind of like the process that you go through to, especially for a song like Exchange, it's kind of like, okay, she went there. She was like, okay, here, I'm going here.
Funny enough, Exchange, out of all the songs, Exchange is one of the ones that like I was kind of using my imagination on. It wasn't so much like this is personally happening to me right now. Yeah. I wasn't doing much exchanging during that time.
But you were trying to reflect. You were reflecting. You were like, let me reflect a little bit here. So, okay.
Right. I just felt like the music, it was so sexy. It reminded me of D'Angelo's How Does It Feel? It put me in that space. So I feel like the production of it all just wrote the song for me.
I mean, all you have to do is just go back. And when you think of D'Angelo's How Does It Feel? It's like, okay, is that what we're doing? Okay. So now is that video, I've seen clips. Is that video out? Is it out now for the song?
It is. And it's just a really simple, really beautiful, soft video. But I have more coming, more on the way. So
yeah. I mean, so beautiful. Once again, this is India Shawn. She's got the song out called Exchange. It's from her new project, Before We Go Deeper. And let me just tell you, you've got to check out the video. You see how beautiful she is here, right? homegirl is just, she's absolutely gorgeous. Just your aura and everything. Like I said, I didn't know this is what I was coming into. So just phenomenal. You have quite the background. She's toured with Anderson .Paak. We know he has blown up and is just a phenomenal talent.
Taking over.
Yeah, I remember seeing him a few years ago, like on one of the award shows where they have like the people that are, up and coming. And I was like, oh, he's pretty cool. Who would have known? You know what I'm saying? So to even be able to get that kind of, because what I call them are like lessons. You've had master classes,
Oh,
with
yes.
people, you know what I'm saying? So that is like, phenomenal. So I just, you're very talented, but just with the beautiful person that you are with your aura and everything, I just see you going, just so much further and what you're giving to people, you know what I'm saying? Just musically and just of yourself. So, thank you for that.
Thank you so much. And look, have me on the podcast. What is it called? Breathing.
Take a deep breath with Yvonne Daniels. Yes, you said it. Okay. I have you on record because that would be so awesome.
I would love to.
Yeah, to have that. So, I tell you what, there are 14 songs that people can enjoy on this new project. It is out now. So let me ask, what do you hope to do in this industry in music? I know you are the voice for women, so that's great. Where do you see yourself in, say, like, I know people always say 5 years. So we'll go with 5 years. Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now in this industry?
Wow. I mean, I definitely want to continue to make a mark, being consistent, creating impactful music.
Yep.
And I really want to just master my expression. This is my first day, major label effort. So I just want to keep going there and just really hone in on who India is. And that's enough for me,
Okay. Just pretty much enjoying the journey and the experience and just wherever it leads you and takes you. And speaking of that, are there other things that you'd like to do? I know this is huge. So, this is like, it's like, girl, this is enough. Let's just kind of bask in this. But are there other things that you would like to do outside of music?
I would love to act. I don't know how great I am, but I practice in my videos, so I think that would be really fun. Script writing would be really fun. I am into wellness and mindfulness as well, as you've seen. So I've been aligning with some breath work and meditation companies to see how I can just add value to what they're doing. So yeah, just all that would be amazing.
Wow, I'm like, yes, girl, do it all, do it all, do it all. India Shawn, once again, thank you so much for just taking, some time out. Once again, the song is called Exchange. Excuse me. The project is called Before We Go Deeper. And she is the one. All right. You hear the song, you hear us playing it. And hopefully you're going to be, I don't know if you're going to be touring, if you're going to be doing any live, performances. If you're going to be going out and if you're going to be close to the area, but we'll be looking out. And when you come close to our area, we'll make sure that our listeners are there to see you live. Because, that's the thing about Instagram, too. I got a chance to see you perform live because it's one thing. Sometimes you hear people and they sound really great, but it's a whole nother thing if the live experience doesn't kind of match up. And, which I wasn't surprised. I was like, she's got to give a great live performance. So
thank you so much. Yeah, Adam, we're trying to put some dates right now on the calendar. So hopefully in the fall, I'll be coming your way and you're certainly invited VIP to the show. I'm making a lot of promises, right?
Just remember. But I know I can feel it's from the heart, but we got to make sure,
I appreciate the support. So that's our exchange. Okay. You support me and I will hook you up.
Yes. Okay. Well, I know your people, you got good people, that, so we're gonna make sure we stay in touch and make sure that we get our listeners there and definitely make sure that our listeners, we're gonna give them a chance to listen to your project too. We're gonna be giving those out as well to our listeners. So India Shawn, just keep being you, keep doing your thing, girl. Just keep making the great music. And like I said, I spoke about your Instagram page earlier. So tell folks where they can follow you on all social media platforms.
Yes, you can find me at India Shawn on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all of the things. I'm very active, and that's INDIASHAWN.
the one, the only, the beautiful. Now follow her. I'm telling you, okay, you got to follow her. You're gonna be really glad that you did. All right, so India Shawn, exchange before we go deeper. Thank you so much, love, and I wish you all of the best and have a great weekend. Okay.
You too. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye.
Bye.